Stampers. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really quick, easy card with some of our new colors and a new stamp set that we have in our new catalog that goes live on July 1st. The stamp set that I'm using is called Artistic Etching, and I'm actually using the clear mounted, which I really have grown to love over the last few months. I'm also going to use our new Marina Mist ink and satin ribbon and show you a couple little tricks with the brayer and inks on how to make background paper pop like our new designer paper. It's called Presto specialty paper, and you can't really tell, but there's like a gloss on top of it. And when you look at the sample here, you can see that the paper's blue, but the outlines of the words and the swirls and everything are white. So I'm going to show you how to make that. The first thing you need to do is take a piece of white cardstock and fold it in half. I cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock down the 4 1/4 side so that I could have it opening top to bottom. And then what I did was I took basic black cardstock and I cut it 1/4 inch smaller, so it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm just going to put a little adhesive in each corner and put it on the card. The next thing I'm going to do is take the designer paper here, lay it here, take my Marina Mist classic ink pad, along with my brayer, and go ahead and really ink up this tray. I want to get it really inked up. It's a brand new one, so there's no grooves or anything, but I just really want to make sure I ink it up good. Then I'm going to take my designer paper, make sure you have some scrap paper, and just run it back and forth. And then you can just go ahead and re-ink your ink pad onto your brayer. And I'm even going to turn it sideways and go this way too. And you can see how that design is just popping up in the background and how beautiful that is. Now, you wouldn't have to necessarily use my color. You could use any color you like and you would get the same effect. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our black satin ribbon. It's 5/8 inches. I just love it. And instead of wrapping it all the way around, tying a bow, and wasting that, I'm going to do a little trick that we like to do. Put a little adhesive on the back on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and tape that down, wrap it around the front, and tape it on the other side. And nobody will ever know that we didn't do it in the front. Then we're going to do what we call a faux bow. And I'm just going to wrap an extra piece underneath here and just tie a little knot on there. And then when I'm happy with what I like, I'm just going to snip off the end with our wonderful ribbon scissors here. So there's that there. And you can see the back, and no one will ever know. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back and all the corners. And put on my card, make sure it opens the right way so you don't put it upside down. And just stick it down. So there's the base of our card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Eiffel Tower in the clear mount, and I already have it on my block and it's all set to go, and just stamp that on a piece of white paper. So here's the image where it's all stamped. Then I'm going to take our matte pack and our paper piercer and just add some fun little paper piercing to the corner of the image. And what I like about this mat here is that I don't have to worry about, it's really hard to see, but I don't have to worry about everything lining up just right because it'll work for me because I have this nice little template to go by. So here's a sample all finished. Let's see if you can see that. It's kind of hard, but you can kind of see the polka dots in the corner there. And then I just glued it onto the Marina Mist and the basic black, cutting it 1/4 inch bigger for each layer, turned it over, put dimensionals on the back. I'm going to go ahead and take my dimensionals off. If you have a hard time getting them off, you can push your fingernail in the middle and take them off. It's a nice little handy trick we learned at a regional sometime somewhere. And then I'm just going to put it on my card, kind of at an angle. All right. going to do is take my white, Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my greeting, and I want to punch it out. And whenever I stamp a greeting and punch, I always stamp first, just to make sure that I can pick that it's right in the middle for me. I'm going to take the 1 1/4 circle punch, love the punches, turn it upside down because if I do it this way I can't see what I'm doing. Go ahead, make sure it's good, and pop it right out. And then I'm going to punch a 1 3/8 circle and a scallop circle punch on the black. And once it's all done, I have it here on here. And what I did was I took the paper piercer again and I just poked each of the little holes on the scallop just to add a little something to it. You could add a gel pen to it. You could use a hand punch, but it just adds a little something fun to it. And then I just put dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to take those off and go ahead and just put that up here in the corner. And there's my card. Nice, quick, and easy. Done in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for stopping by.